So we want to see how we respect this fair value gap. If we quickly start to cut through it, I'm going to look at this as a change in state right here. I mean, at least, down here, these 40s, London low. London low, but ideally we start to reach for the daily gap. I think this could be potentially be an expansion day depending on how strong the signature is right here. So I'm going to keep an eye on these levels I'm talking about. So we'll see if we close above the new day opening gap, but I don't really think we will. I think this is starting to set the context for an opening drive lower. Seems like we have a lot of relatively low resistance below us, so
We always want to be.
So yeah, we're just watching. See if this is essentially going to be a failed breakout right here, because this is our first indication, and then this would be our second indication. And obviously, we just had to wait for those to happen, because this right here would be like your low confirmation entry. This would be a little bit better confirmation, and this would be the highest confirmation entry for a short, looking at a close on a closing basis. So people can short right here, but I typically do not. That would be your turtle soup, right? It's not the trade I normally go for. I like the inversion a little bit better, especially on this 5 minute. I think the structure is pretty clear here. So if we start to see this confirm, maybe see how this candle is closing weaker below the open of the last candle. We have about a minute, so we'll see if we close under the new day gap. And then from there, I'll look at this inversion and then the opening price of these up candles. How you doing? Hello, hello. All right, 5 minute candle closing, new 15-minute candle opening.
Oh, okay. Okay. You have is we have SMT. This is the previous PM session low from yesterday, and then this is the London low on it.
So yeah, now this is the fun part. We just get to hang out right here. For a lot of traders, they probably see something like this. They think, oh, it's like starting to break out, market structure shift. I think we're looking at it. We're gonna take that bias and flip it. Yeah, I think lower prices. I think we need this 5 minute to look a little bit different. So if the 5 minute starts, failing right here, this fair value gap, starting to close below here, then we're game, good to go. But as it stands right now, we're just in new day gap from yesterday, and we're sweeping high. That's about it. That's all I see. I mean, I like the trade better than anything else I could come up with. I think it'll work pretty well if we can get confirmation, of course. I feel like based on the daily chart, it's ripe, SMTs, all that good stuff. So if it gives an entry, I'll take a shot. I don't mind it. Yeah, good point right here. Yep, I think that'd be good. Yeah, NQ does not have the same. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I'm okay with this taking time because it leads us closer to the open. So it's already 9:18. We have 11 minutes, give or take. Okay, so now we're starting to see like this type of shit. I normally don't want to see, like, if I'm bullish, I don't want to see this right before the open. Because normally kind of we'll be able to set a high, especially if you have like sweeps like this. So once we start closing back under this new day gap low, then I'm gonna be obviously watching. Five-minute close, obviously a little like weaker. Top wick, sweeping out those highs once again. So now if we can start to trade back towards that that 5-minute gap, look at the change in state. Yeah, 5-minute looks solid so far. So we'll see how this 15 closes. We could close somewhat like a doji, start to trade back in here. Our entry is pretty much like right here, this area. At least what we're going to be looking for, right? So we have all of the rules for engagement, and if it for whatever reason does not want to give it to us, then whatever, we'll adjust. But I do think this to be a pretty decent trade, you know, if all of the variables align. So see how you're getting multiple candle closes like this? I mean, it's indicating to me that it's going to be a weaker, like it's going to be weak. I think anybody can get that read from these candles. They're definitely not saying like they're super strong. So typically when you see topping wicks like this, it's a swing point forming, like pretty basic. So yeah, probably this next candle will be into the New York Open. So I think I'll set a limit more than likely pretty soon. I'll evaluate the risk on this. So 26 points. Probably do 3 contracts. 2 or 3, maybe 2. I'm gonna do 2. So I feel like if we invert that opening or that 5-minute gap at the open, we're likely to trade lower. So I'm gonna go ahead and set a limit there for 2. So 29 points. That's all right. I'm gonna do 2. I could do 3 technically, but we're just gonna rock with it. It's a bigger target. I'm gonna let it do its thing into the open. Hourly looks good. 15's obviously, you know, it's like folding. Hourly looks like it's rotating lower, so we get a strong body close down. We could potentially run for all of this down here, 22,000s. But the open approaches, just the open approaches. That's pretty much it. So pretty straightforward setup, in my opinion, of course. I'm just gonna use the change in state. So you got like 3 or 4 layers of confluence. Location's good. SMT at highs is the framework for the overall trade, but the lower time frame context, you have a sweep of essentially like London highs or pre-New York highs. And then looking into here, you see an internal sweep on the 5-minute, or like a smaller time frame sweep on the 5-minute. And then, yeah, this would be your change in state. So all of that coupled with the new day opening gap level, I think this will be potentially a pretty good trade right into the open. And if not, our invalidation point is pretty clear. It's just above new highs. So yeah, not a terrible framework. 3 minutes till the open. Kind of rock with it and see what happens. Yep. You pretty much have all the elements you want, like for this trade. So I think this to be a high probability. I'm willing to take the risk. You know, you have New York Open about to happen. You have a sweep of London high, new day opening gap, SMT's at prior day high. You're at the top of a daily rally. Yeah, this is a good trade. This should be pretty solid. You got the 15 folded in half, which means the 30 is folded, which means the hourly is folded. So you got a lot of things working for this trade. Less than 2 minutes till we get the opening action. We'll see what happens with that volatility. We sweep lower. I think for this context, I think sizing's all right. I would potentially want to do more, but I don't necessarily. I think if it was a bit of a different context into the open, but right here it's like we're just gonna see this move. So now we have a top wick on this 5-minute candle. Maybe this holds. I mean, it could. It genuinely depends on how we close. That's why we have the order down here. Like we need to be underneath this stuff. I mean, for now, one candle isn't really much. You could see something hold for a candle, then just completely roll over. All I see now is that we have formed a top wick before we did not have a top wick. So I'm not like worried. I think if it goes lower, it's just gonna drive lower. $15-minute swing high formation potential. It's just a 5-minute candle that's tripping people up, but just a hammer. It doesn't have to be anything. It can close like this, it can close weak, but we got 5 seconds. We'll see what happens. Invalidation point's pretty clear if this triggers. Targets are pretty clear, just lower downside stuff. Opening indecision, if you will. So opening volatility. It's gonna get pretty intense one way or the other. Real quick. All right, so ideally now, just a wick. I think that's all right. It's just indecision. It really hasn't done anything. 2 minutes of the open. Yeah, it doesn't look great for like people trying to buy the breakout. Yeah, so we're in the short. We're gonna try it out. I think this makes sense. I'm cool taking the stop, by the way. I'm probably put the stop right here. New day gap high.
Order filled.
So ideally we close lower. We want to close below this change in state. The problem is the open's very volatile. So you get a lot of up and down movement. That's why you can't be overly tight, especially on the lower time frames. It's gonna chop you up. But look at the 15, you know. 15 is very definitive. This isn't bullish structure. You know, I've been saying the same confluences over and over for like 20 minutes. We're just gonna let it rock, see what happens. I just want this candle to close like this. I'm not gonna touch my stop yet. 1 minute until this candle closes. Complete disrespect of that 5 minute gap as we expected. That's why I kind of pointed it out. It's going to invert. Did not expect that to hold, and there's really no bullish scenario for me. That's why I said, yeah, it's not a big deal if we see a little bit of a hammer. It's just a hammer. We want to see this break this swing low in this next candle, ideally. I don't want to see this get rebid. The 15 is pretty definitive. The hourly, once we break that swing low, like I was saying, yeah, there you go, boom. Okay, so this is a good trade so far. I don't think I'm out of the woods yet. I'm not gonna do anything yet. I'm just gonna let it work. But yeah, this is the framework I see. Looking good so far. We'll see. I think no bottom wick, so this kind of wicks up, forms some sort of silver bullet, or not silver bullet, just opening fair value gap maybe for the 1 minute. Yeah, so you got all this displacement right here. So you got a bullish gap and stuff. I think we're chilling. I'm gonna go get some water. So just let this work for now. Yeah, I mean, the 15 doesn't look amazing. We'll see. I'm just going to leave my stop, obviously, where it is. But we're in a 2-minute gap, so it's just the opening volatility. You know, we're retesting that or change in state. Now we're starting to get that rotation lower, the 30-second. Yes, sir. Do we have any news coming up into 10 a.m.? Anybody? Structure looks good. I mean, this looks good. It's about as good as you can ask for so far. We just need to make a lower low and we'll be chilling. Yeah, cool. Okay, nice. Just let it work. We'll see what happens. So no news. About to get a 5-minute close right now. Could be better, could be worse. It's probably not ideal. We'll see. It's my only shot of the day, so I'm good with whatever. This tape's so quick right now. It's weird. It's in a range, but it doesn't want to break down. So is that the failed breakdown? We have a sweep on both sides of this consolidation. You know what I mean? If you look at the hourly. So which way is it going to resolve? Crazy 15-minute candle. Squirrely, you know? Squirrely. Yep. Yep. It looks. So we'll see. I think it's getting a little squirrely. One would hope. One would hope. It just looks too persistently strong. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna bother with my stop, but I don't feel confident in this. I'll be honest with you. It should not rebid like this. Yeah, I know, but you watch. I mean, I'm aiming for fucking hundreds of points, 180 points or something. So I'm not gonna just take 30 points. My target's substantially lower. I have no reason to sell right here. You know, right here I could potentially get out of the trade, but you know, I'm just gonna hope that you get some sort of counter signal. This is such a piece of shit move. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Need some sort of inversion right here. It's probably just gonna run it. I mean, it's bidding too hard. But, you know, just gotta let it work. I don't know. What else am I gonna fucking do? Just cry about it? Just gotta let it work. You put the stop there for a reason. I don't have a reason to move my stop yet. Look at that 15 minute. Does that look strong to you? I need it to close lower. I mean, with some sort of conviction is the idea. So you got a 30-second inversion right here. Once we push like 84s, I'll trail my stop a little bit. But still, you just gotta watch this thing. It's squirrely. All right, let's see. Push 84s aggressively. Once you get 84s, you're gonna get new low a day. That's why you don't really need to move your stop too quick. I could tell you exactly how many dollars I've lost out on by selling short, or not selling short, but just trailing my stop early. It normally doesn't benefit you. It normally will not benefit you. You agree to take the risk, you're better off just taking the risk. It literally just cut down, just from January alone, is like $3 grand in profits. And it's like I put on the risk anyways, so why am I gonna be putting on the risk if I can't fucking hold for the whole target, you know? Why do I have to trail? Trailing is like when you trail the trade that's working, or a good trade, you're basically saying that I don't want to risk as much anymore for some reason, even though the trade's working. Yeah, honestly, anytime I look back at it, I was being a wimp. I was being a bitch when it came to trailing my stop. So it's like, why? You might be able to do it like kinda. You notice how I trailed mine like, I don't know, like 5 points. You know, I was like, yeah, maybe in this wick. Like, what's the big deal? It's not gonna come up here. But now it's like now we're gonna start to get range expansion. You know what I mean? So when you start to get this is really what this is really when you could kind of trail a stop, because this shit shouldn't move. I need someone to monitor an SMT throughout the lows for me. Yeah, it's moving well so far. I really do not want this thing to come back here. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll trail my stop. I'll show you how much I'm gonna trail. I think that's good. I think that's good for me. I don't think it should come back above this high. If it does, holy fuck, that'd be insane. But what did you risk? Did you catch some of this move? Yeah, it'd be good to take something off. I don't obviously. Oh, I do. Can I? I guess I could take one off. I'll take one off on new low a day. So we have two imbalances. Maybe I will remove risk at this point because like we've shifted below new low a day. I'll have a trail right here. What is this? 49, 97. I think I'm gonna take my risk off here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I remove my risk at this point because this is a strong convincing move. Here we are. I think this will be good.
filled.
Cool. Okay, so I locked in like, I don't know, $100 or something. $100 across 5 accounts. Now we let this fucker drop to the floor.
Order filled.
I'm gonna just let it run. Yeah, I like real talk, 22K. I mean, yeah, however you want to look at it, you know? It's a good trade. This thing should remain weak. I'll probably switch to a 5-minute in a second. Yes, sir. Yeah, I only took one off because Mike took one off. Peer pressure. It's the only reason I took one off. I didn't want to feel stupid if it went back to break even and he took one off and I didn't. I'd be pissed all day about that. No, I'm not blaming you. I'm saying if you made money on this, I would have been so mad at myself. So I ain't gonna do it. I've done that shit too many times where I hold for the end of the world, and everyone else is like, "Oh, I took one." And if I don't take one, I'm like, "Dude, I'm a fucking dumbass." So I took one off. You just got to. There's no way around it. Necessary evil. Yeah, dude, especially this year. Are you fucking kidding me? I've done it so many times. But now we're in a good spot. I mean, obviously, let's see. Let's see this one get broken. But all these wicks look good. This is yeah, like Teddy's saying. There's a lot of charts, a lot of chart-based shit going on. You can kind of see the sweeps, the SMTs. So when you can build a narrative of where price is going, yeah, it's following some sort of pattern or algorithm, if you will. Yeah, simple as that. Because this is what we were seeing before it happened. It's not, oh, we responded to it after. This is what we wanted to happen. The only thing that kind of choked me up a little is obviously this is a little bit deep of a retracement. But fuck, look at the 15-minute now. So you got 22,100. This fair value gap that my stop's in should be a breakaway. Yeah, I mean, I would add more. I'm pretty sure I'm at my trade limit though, so I'm just at chill. Since you have like this little push up right here, this opening price, you could look at this as another order block. Maybe a 2-minute it might be. Pull that up right now. Two-minute would be actually up here. We'll just mark the 2. Yeah, so this thing's bleeding. Let's so how's that daily looking, right? Like that's what we want to be thinking. Yup. How's that looking? How's that looking, guys? Yeah, hey Drew, you didn't get stopped? You didn't get stopped on that shit? That's good. Swept prior day low. Nice. See? Bro, that's a trade right there. At this point, as we approach, I mean, we're at it's relative equal lows that we need to be concerned with. It's not necessarily this one. It's going to be this one. I mean, you want to maybe watch ES as well. I'm gonna go ahead and trail this a little bit. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what I'm up. Obviously, you know, $200 or whatever on this one, but I think maybe 100 on the other. I think I sold at 50. All I can trade, yeah, yep, nice. So yeah, once this pushes below 102, I wanted to see it like accelerate. See, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So based on that, I'm gonna trail it a little. I just want these candles to start getting like completely ridiculous. Just, you know, reach for this right here. You know how it is. Nah, I ain't gonna go. I mean, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? It's just going so quick. You know, you kind of almost have to go for the 22. Yeah, this is just nuking, right? You know it's a crazy day if I'm shorting. All right, my trail's at 100 points. I want this to just run 22,000. It's SMT, my man. The SMT really put the nail in the coffin. SMT was the fucking. Wait, Drew, you still hear what I say last night? What I say last night? I told you this was happening. I told you last night this was the trade. Yeah, it's just the SMT, man. I really can't change the fact that we pushed higher in the beginning of the week, and now we're pushing lower. You know, midweek reversal. That's what I was telling Drew. So, dude, the ranges on this are insane. My stop is at 100 points, and my target's at 200 points. So, yeah, talk about insane. Yep, yep. It's change in state, my man. Inversions are great, but yeah, the change in state really nailed it. Yeah, take care, homie. Yeah, of course, anytime. Yes, sir. When there's a 5 minute with the inversion, yeah, or change in state with the inversion, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. That dude, are you kidding me, bro? I like came back. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, Sebastian, it's not too bad today. Not too bad. We're just aiming for this 200 points or whatever the fuck. Trying to be done. So I got my stop above this fair value gap. It's, you know, obviously gonna be. It could just get ran, but like, you know how extended we are. You know how extended we are. We tapped into the daily fair value gap. I'm just aiming for an obnoxious target. Yeah, anytime, brother. Yeah, take care. Have a good one. So we just want to see this push real quick. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Yeah, this was needed. This is definitely a good day. 200, 400. I don't know, probably like a two. I'll take it there. So that way, I think this will give me a $2,000 day. Yeah, anytime, guys. Take care. Oh, Liam, you were here. Did you catch this? You see this? Did you see what happened? We just nailed this. Nice, brother. So yeah, I took this on like 5 accounts. So I'll post the trade recap in a bit. Man, yeah, that was decent. That was decent. Yeah, okay. Good stream, everybody. We'll get the reels up and shit about it. All right. Later. Take care. Peace.